Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to day 22 of Psychology Every Day. Today, I want to share a tip or an advice or a strategy for dealing with stress, anxiety, and procrastination. I have implemented this myself in my life. I didn't actually pick this specific thing up from anywhere. It just happened by accident because I was forced to use this method. And I've heard other people talk about it since, but it is actually amazing how well it works. And first, I want to talk to you a little bit about the theoretics of stress. And one of the problems is that basically stress has three components: the outside things, the things that you have to do that might stress you out, your attitude and ways of dealing with stress, and your cognitive function. And the problem is that if you get a lot of stress, if you're a driven person and you're very motivated, your solution is to work harder and do more. First, the first approach is that. And that is going to make you even more stressed and reduce your cognitive function, which is going to further, enhance this negative spiral of stress and trying to work harder and then being even more stressed. And what I've learned is that basically you have to plan. I'm also going to say this because I used to procrastinate a lot. It was one of the biggest problems I've ever had in my life, and now it is never a problem. I didn't have any stress to speak of until a few years ago, and this method basically, it totally fixed both of those things. And it's so easy to say because it's a very easy thing. It's basically just planning stuff. And it's so easy to say, and you probably heard it 1,000 times. But the way I plan things and the way that I'm going to show you how to plan things and the mindset that you bring with it, it's so effective. It's like night and day for stress and procrastination. It doesn't even require, because some things are like, if you want to get in shape or whatever, and it can be a huge barrier to go out running and stick with it. And to be honest, this is really just not that difficult. Sure, it's some amount of effort, but if you weigh it against the stress and procrastination and anxiety of not doing it, it is the most worth thing to ever be doing. And basically, the backstory is I'm a part-time fireman, right? And when I started school, I got a schedule of when to go to class. And a problem in our fire department is that we're lacking people. We are only on call. So basically, some of us take extra shifts to cover up because we have to have two people on 100%, coverage all the time. And it's extra money, of course, which is good when you are studying. But the problem was that, of course, the school is not in the vicinity of the fire department. So then I had to check a month in advance when I could take extra shifts. And basically, I had to get a calendar. I had to, because I do everything on my phone, and I couldn't bring up the schedules at the same time as my calendar in my phone. So what I did was I got a physical calendar, and then I had to bring up my school schedule and fill out each day. And then I had to look at the shifts and then fill out when I when I could take extra shifts. And of course, my regular shifts are also a problem, which I also had to find out about in advance so that I could, trade hours or shifts or whatever with my colleagues 1 month in advance, because you can't be doing that the same morning or the night before. People are really going to hate you then. And it's a unique situation because we have a rolling schedule that is very difficult to keep in your head in a lot of time in advance. It's easy when you're in it this week, but it sort of rolls backwards. So if you have Thursday this week, you have Wednesday next week, and then you have Tuesday next week, and then the week after that you have Monday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. And before I understood this, I was very stressed out because I was always like, scrambling to understand what day is it, when do I work again, can I go to school tomorrow, and always double checking. And anyone who's ever been stressed knows that stress is not logical. It's not like, well, obviously, you have on call tomorrow, and you sort of get mushed in the head, and that was starting to happen to me. And then I put it all in my phone, and this gave me the basis to start planning my time. And basically, I learned that if you plan your time, worries go away. And this is called cognitive offloading. Calendars and alarms on your phone and stuff like that severely reduces your stress because it frees up mental capacity. You don't have to keep everything in your head. You think that you can, and maybe you can, but it still takes up bandwidth and working memory and stuff like that. And it makes you perform worse. And, eventually, if you just keep stacking stuff in your working memory and cognitive function, it's gonna fry your brain. Basically, it's what leads to one of the things that leads to burnout is doing just that, and it's not fun at all. And what I've learned is that I did the same with schoolwork, because I was like, if I'm gonna sit here and plan, I might as well do it for almost everything. Because one of the things I learned about procrastination is that it doesn't feel good. So say you have an exam and you wait until the very last day and try to cram study. You're not going to feel good while approaching this date anyway. So you procrastinate, but you feel shit about it, which is, completely backwards. It would be one thing if you procrastinate and you are lazy and then you enjoy doing nothing or having fun or doing other things. Sorry. But you don't. You procrastinate and then you feel like shit, and then you have to panic study or do the project or work or whatever. And the same is true with your house, right? If you procrastinate cleaning or doing the dishes or the laundry, first of all, it stacks up and it looks like shit. You live in shit, and you don't enjoy waiting anyway, because you're always feeling bad about, I should be doing this thing, but I'm doing this thing. And then you try to distract yourself by watching TV or some other garbage, when you know that if you just do the thing, you're going to feel much better. And of course, it's so easy to say, just do the thing, which is, another step of not procrastinating, which is great. But the easiest thing is to plan the procrastination. So I've got an exam next Friday. I've known about this for a while, and I was like, I don't want to deal with this right now. I want to do other things. I don't feel I'm not in mood. And of course, my current life situation has been problematic to say the least. But so I planned Thursday, well, first of all, Wednesday, yesterday, I'm going to look through the things that might be on the exam. And that's it. And up until that point, I'm not going to worry about it, because when Wednesday comes, I'm going to look at the stuff and that's it. And I'm not going to worry about it until then. And if you follow through on this thing, you learn that you can procrastinate if you plan and feel good while procrastinating. The only difficult thing is that you always have to follow through on your plans, which is why it's so important to make it manageable. So, like I said yesterday, I was only going to look at the papers. And this is because I know that if I follow my plan, I'm going to perform well on the exam. Of course, if you have, tons to do, you have to, cut back more and more on the procrastination. But even such a thing that having, set wash days, so that you don't feel bad about not doing the laundry, 4 days a week. If you do it 3 days a week, it's so good and helpful for your mental health and your cognitive function. And then I planned today I'm going to start working on the exam questions after learning yesterday what it is that I have to learn. And I'm not setting any sort of you got to study 4 hours, whatever, because another thing is that if you can get yourself started, usually that is, good enough to get going for a while. And then, if you get interested and, plow through the mission or whatever, that's good. And if not, then, you start working at it a little bit. You can't be saying, oh, well, I'm going to work 30 seconds or whatever. It has to be like 15 minutes at least. But if you get going 15 minutes, it's so much easier to keep going. And then, I just count how many days until the exam, and then I divide it so that from today, basically, I'm going to start looking at it and working at it every day. And some days it's just going to take off, basically. And I almost don't want to, finish study completely too soon before the exam, because then I'm going to feel like basically the last week that it's fine. I don't have to study anymore. I know enough. And then when exam days comes, it was like, what was that thing again? I basically want to ramp up, but in good time, basically good time. It is 11 days until the exam, which is perfect, I think. So anyway, try to plan, have set days, set hours, alarms, everything like that. Just try it. Try it with a very low barrier of entry and see if you like it. Let me know if it works for you, and if you tried it, I can highly recommend it. It's one of the best changes I've actually made ever. I promise. Have a great day. It's looking to be another beautiful day. I'm certainly going to go for a walk today, and well, I will see you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe, and thank you again to the new subscribers. If the channel keeps growing like this, it will not be hard to keep going until I am a finished psychologist, and perhaps I will keep going even then. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Goodbye.